You're watching Council Wrap-Up for the month of November. I'm Susan Kennedy. It was a big month for the County Council. First, the unanimous approval and signing of a bill to raise the minimum wage. It's been a big week for Montgomery County.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous vote.
I am so proud to be in Montgomery County today and to be talking about this.
We've had a rather contentious debate, but more important, Montgomery County has done what is right, what is appropriate, and what is reasonable under the circumstances and conditions.
And a big week for Montgomery County workers.
It has been a struggle to live in Montgomery County as housing prices still are an issue. I'm doing my best to keep my head above water. I'm always in the process of scaling down my expenses. So thank you for finally passing a $15 per hour minimum wage bill.
A unanimous council approved this latest bill to raise the minimum wage beginning in 2021. The vote comes less than 1 year after the council's first attempt at raising the wage was rejected by the county executive. Councilmember Mark Elrich was the lead sponsor of the measure. He called the vote the biggest accomplishment of his council career.
None of us make $15 an hour. Your struggles and your labors aren't our struggles and our labors, and this is all about you. And, my focus in getting this done comes from out of being a school teacher and being, all too painfully aware of what happens when kids come to school hungry, when kids come to school not knowing whether their families are going to be able to have a roof over their head. Those are struggles that we, where I sit, don't deal with, but those are struggles that you deal with, and those are struggles that people ought not to have.
The vote comes after weeks of negotiations among council members to come up with the best solution for both workers and businesses. Under the new bill, large companies with 51 or more workers will begin paying $15 per hour by July 1st of 2021. Mid-sized businesses have until July 1st of 2023, and small businesses with 10 or fewer employees have until 2024.
In real dollar terms, it means $560 more a month for a single mom, $1,120 a month for two hardworking parents trying to take care of their little ones. Those are dollars that will make a huge difference in their quality of life and in the quality of life of our county.
As is the case with so many progressive issues, Montgomery County becomes the first jurisdiction in the state to approve the higher wage. Officials say they hope this new bill will spur lawmakers in Annapolis to do the same statewide. In transportation news, local officials joined forces and signed an agreement designed to create pathways to opportunity along the Purple Line corridor. The Purple Line Community Corridor Agreement engaged more than 300 residents, business owners, community leaders, and officials. It took several years to craft, and to mark the occasion of its signing, a host of officials took pen to paper, including County Executive Ike Leggett, who thanked the County Council for its support.
You've given me a great deal of credit for the work that we've been engaged in from the executive branch. But as I indicated some time ago, I wrote a check to the governor and the Department of Transportation that I alone could not cash on the belief that our county council would in fact endorse that. And without that, we probably would not be here today.
The agreement lays out a vision for development along the Purple Line corridor. The light rail service may be several years from completion.
The Purple Line will be a positive force.
But state and county lawmakers want to make sure as construction occurs, they take advantage of this historically significant community and economic development investment. The agreement has 4 goals: support and grow local business, build a thriving labor market, ensure housing choices for all, and support vibrant, sustainable communities.
So this is an opportunity to invest in our communities. And that is what is so exciting about this commitment, this moral obligation that we have assumed now. Both counties, our planners, our councils have said, we are committed to ensuring that the economic opportunities are shared opportunities. And that to me is a pretty exciting and important principle.
What this agreement does today is to guard against the heartless who would discast and push aside those who need housing, push aside in a heartless way those small businesses that are along the route, to disregard the culture, the heritage of our communities in a way that is heartless. That's what this agreement is about.
Gregory Sanders is the vice president of Purple Line Now. His father, Harry Sanders, was one of the earliest supporters of this light rail project. He says the community agreement is in line with his father's vision of an opportunity for all parties.
When the work on the Purple Line first started, this was the mid-90s, when it expanded from just being a Montgomery County project. The benefits for both counties and for a wide range of people and communities was really one of the key factors there in thinking about it. So I think having these discussions, making sure we're looking at the last mile, making sure we're looking at affordable housing, getting the wide benefits, not just the economic development, but as the speakers have said, making sure the people who are here now also benefit. I think those are all very much things that my dad and all the other activists that came together to get this line started.
And some of the county's most dedicated employees are getting ready for Old Man Winter. It's a four-letter word that gets a reaction like no other: snow. And as we move into colder, shorter days, the inevitable can't be denied.
We are doing all the things that we need to do in order to be prepared for the snow.
But Montgomery County officials say they are ready to tackle whatever Mother Nature has in store.
In Montgomery County, quality of life is important. This is why clearing the sidewalks, this is why clearing the roads as quickly as possible is important. People have high expectations in Montgomery County, and we try to meet those expectations.
When snow happens in Montgomery County, the government is the place where everybody turns to. And of course, the fact that the people who are actually doing all of this work are here and doing all the necessary things so people can get back on the road and get back to doing their jobs and get to the grocery stores and everything for our children. Everything's become so necessary. So we're here to say those two words that you never hear enough of, and that's thank you.
It's a big job. In any snow event, county crews work continuously around the clock until all 500 square miles of county-maintained streets are passable.
So here you see we have a new piece of equipment. It's a Kubota RTV.
And the county has purchased 6 new Kubota RTVs specifically designed to clear the 60-plus miles of county-owned sidewalks.
The trails and the sidewalks, the commercial sidewalks that the county has responsibility, residential sidewalks where the county has responsibility of removing the snow. And this will make our operation more efficient. Last season we were kind of pigeonholed into this operation using handheld shovels and walk behind snow blowers. So with equipment like this that we procured through the support of our county exec and our county council, we are able to do those tasks more efficiently.
We aren't quite into snow yet, but it is something that you really are thinking about all the time, isn't it?
All the time. So our weather forecasting agencies that we have contracts with, they alert us up to 7 days prior to events. And then, as they glean more information from the storm pattern and the precipitation, potential, then they start updating the information for us so we can make more informed decisions on when to transition from one activity to snow.
That means loading up trucks with the salt stored here in what officials say is the largest salt dome on the East Coast. And even before the first flakes fall, crews are out pre-treating roads with brine. Though winter doesn't officially begin for 6 weeks, Richard Dorsey and his team are ready and able. Isn't it an exciting time for you guys, though? Do you get excited about it?
We love snow. We love snow. It's an opportunity for us to address all the residents in this community at one time.
Wow, that's a good attitude.
That's a really good attitude.
I don't know that I say I'd love snow, but that's a good one, especially when I'm shoveling.
Hundreds of residents turned out for a job fair in the eastern part of Montgomery County to learn more about opportunities available in our region. The East County Community Center was buzzing with job seekers eager to network with as many potential employers as possible. The job fair featured more than 70 different companies.
I'm proud to be working with you in order to put people to work.
State Senator Craig Zucker said events like this one give potential employees another tool in their toolbox in landing that perfect job.
The economy still hasn't fully rebounded, and I think especially in today's age where people aren't necessarily having that much faith in their government, I wanted to make sure that government and organizations and businesses came together to provide opportunities for countless Marylanders in the east part of our county.
The current unemployment rate in Montgomery County is 3.4%. Though that's below the state level, there are plenty of folks still struggling to find meaningful employment. The East County Job Fair was the perfect chance to check out numerous local companies in one spot.
Yeah, I think the fire department, it's a great opportunity. I was seeking information for myself and my son. I saw that they have a lot of benefits and also a growth opportunity.
We're here just looking for good people to come in and work for us. We do tree work, we do landscapes and plant health care. Spend a lot of your time outside, on the environment, a lot of beneficial stuff, so we're just looking to get good people in.
Yeah, no, thank you guys.
Today, with so many different online job boards, you might think the traditional job fair would become obsolete. But by the size of the crowd, it's clear there are still plenty of employers and workers who believe job fairs play an important role in the recruiting process.
The difference between just finding it online and doing it here, where you can actually see one of us, talk to us, ask any questions that you need to know. We can give you all the information, we can give you the benefits, and even little questions that you might not get by reading something online.
You know, that's absolutely true. We all spend way too much time behind a computer keyboard, and you can get really disheartened when you're always behind the screen. And face-to-face interaction, there's joy in it. I mean, you learn something every time you have a real conversation with a real person.
Awesome.
And this job fair is much more direct, and you have the opportunity to really come away having understood much better what people are looking for, and you become a better applicant when you've had that experience.
And finally, Councilmember Sidney Katz hosted a senior forum in Gaithersburg to educate county seniors about the services and resources the county provides. It's good news. We're all living longer. And at Boer Park in Gaithersburg, dozens of seniors stopped by a forum sponsored by Councilmember Sidney Katz to learn about continuing to lead a long, fulfilling life.
And so it's important that they realize that they're not alone. It's important to realize that if you have a problem, that you can call on someone in Montgomery County that will help you straighten out that problem.
The forum included a showcase of the wide array of senior services provided in Montgomery County.
Old scams don't die, they just get reinvented.
Eric Friedman oversees the county's Department of Consumer Protection. He says many of the complaints that come into his office deal with some sort of senior scam.
That's right. Senior scams are big business. You know, it was the front cover issue of Consumer Reports a few years ago, and it continues today. So we really welcome this opportunity to reach out to seniors in Montgomery County, let them know about the services that the Consumer Protection Office has, that the State's Attorney's Office has, and volunteering.
The electrical system of the building. Now, even those...
Marilyn Avanti was scammed out of $80,000 several years ago. She says she came to the senior forum looking for advice on how to continue to pursue her case.
Yeah, well, I'm always interested in things that I don't know, so I need to find out what I don't know. I've been working on it for years, and it's a tough thing. Once you give your money to someone, you're stuck. So that's why these things are good, too, to find out what you don't know before you do something like that.
The Sheriff's Office runs the Montgomery County Family Justice Center, and at the center we have a number of Montgomery County police detectives as well as some of the Sheriff's Office staff who are working on elder abuse cases, and they involve scams, they involve people who are really trying to con elderly people out of money. So I've got several deputies that take in some of the complaints having to do with scams, and then they work very closely with the Montgomery County police detectives on certain investigations with these scams.
Bethesda resident Bob Levy made the trip to the forum to educate himself about the latest scams and keeping his personal information safe.
How do scammers on the phone figure out that you are an old person? Well, the answer is social media, and if you have a Facebook account, there you are.
Well, that does it for this edition of Council Wrap-Up. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kennedy.